Om Gurubhyo Namaha. I welcome you all to my new video, that is the concert prose unit 5, which is prescribed for SSLC. So this is unit 5 prose. The concert, it is written by Shanta Rameshwara Rao. What I suggest to all the students is please have textbook in your hand. Textbook ಅನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. It's best I say. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅಂಡ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬರುವಂತಹ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ಗಳು. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಇದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. SCA ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡೋಣ, ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಿಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲೇ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಗಳಿದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸೀನ್ ಇದು. ಆಸ್ ದ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಓಪನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಸೀನ್ ವೇರ್ ಅನಂತ್ is sleeping on the bed. He is Anant. He is sleeping on the bed. And Smita, she is reading newspaper. She is Smita. And she is Madhav. Who is she? Madhav. She is Madhav. Anant is suffering from cancer. He is stuck with cancer. And he is at the verge of his death, we can say. He is counting his last days. Mother, she is very keen about his son's health. And here Smita, she is reading paper from where in Ravi Shankar sitar player, he is going to perform in Shanmugananda Auditorium in Bombay. And she is so excited that she can see him, she can see his performance. But mother is worried that if he hears the news of this, he will be hurt, and he too wanted to go. That's why she is making gesture to be quiet towards Smita. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. One morning in a small apartment in Bombay, a girl of about 16 looked up from the newspaper and said excitedly, Pandit Ravishankar's playing tomorrow at the Shanmugananda Auditorium. This whole para is of one sentence. Nowhere we can see full stop, only here. One day morning, a small apartment. They lived in a small apartment with her sister, Aunt Sushila. In Bombay, a girl of about 16, she is Smita, she is 16 years old, looked up from the newspaper. She saw in the newspaper and said excitedly, Pandit Ravishankar's playing tomorrow at the Shanmugananda Auditorium. She is so excited, she read it loudly from the newspaper that Pandit Ravishankar is playing tomorrow at the Shanmugananda Auditorium. Here we can see who is Pandit Ravishankar. He is an Indian musician and a composer. He also composes and a sitar player, sitarist. Excited, meaning this is past tense of excite, which means feeling, that kind of feeling or sudden feeling or happiness, showing happiness and enthusiasm. That. Okay, shh, said her mother, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed. Mama came, making gesture, shh. She said so because she's pointing to the figure. Figure means Anant. She's pointing to Anant, who is sleeping on the bed, and she tells, you will wake him up. For whom she's telling you. You refers to Smita. You will wake him up. You know, he needs all the sleep and rest he can get. You refers to again Smita. Mother is telling, you know Smita, he refers to Anant. He needs full sleep and rest. Don't say such newses, so let him sleep, don't disturb. Like, but the boy on the bed was not asleep. The boy, Anant, was not asleep on the bed. Pandit Ravishankar, he said. After hearing the news, Anant said, Pandit Ravishankar? In excitement, he said, Pandit Ravishankar, the sitar maestro. He said, oh, the sitar maestro. Maestro means one who is expert in particular field. He is expert in music, so he is expert in music, maestro. He raised himself up on his elbows for 1 second. He means Anand. He tried to get up from the bed. For 1 second, he raised from the bed with the help of his elbows, but could not again fell back. But his eyes were shining. He got some kind of happiness and some enthusiasm in him. We must not miss the chance. This you please underline, which will be you asked as extract. We. Who does we refer to? Here, Smita and Anant. Smita and Anant. I have always wanted to hear him and see him. Who I have. I means Anant says, I always wanted to hear him. Him refers to Ravi Shankar, Pandit Ravi Shankar. I always wanted to hear him. I wanted to attend his kacheri or concert and see him. I wanted to see him always. Lie down, son, lie down. Mama comes and tells, no, don't take risk. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಬೇಡ ನೀನೇ ತಿನ್ಕೊ ಬೇಡ ನೀನು ನೀನು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ನೀನು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಹೋಗ ಆಚೆ ನೀನು ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗವ Mama comes and tells, lie down, lie down. So you please don't get up. You lie down. Lie down means sleep. Not just going sleep, just sleep. Just not sleeping, but sleep down. Or, lie down. His mother sprang to his side. Sprang, past tense. Spring, sprang, sprung. Sprang to his side. She jumped to his side. He actually raised himself up without help. So, actually, she tells, oh, he raised. So far, he was not raised at all. He did not rise, but now he raised himself without any help, anybody's help. She murmured with a catch in her throat, and her eyes turned to the idols on a corner shelf. So she was so happy and she was excited. She got some shining in his eyes, and she started murmuring prayer, looking at the idols. Idols means, Murtigalu. It's Devara Murtigalu. In a corner shelf which were kept. The prayer which she uttered endlessly came unbidden to her lips. So she started praying unbidden, without any stop, continually started to pray to save his son, her son. I must hear him and see him. Again he tells, I must hear him and see him. Who said this? Anant. Anant. Who does I refer to? Anant. Him refers to Ravi Shankar. I'll write only initials. Okay, Ravi Shankar. Pandit Ravi Shankar. Him refers to again Pandit Ravi Shankar. Oh, the boy repeated, it's the chance of lifetime. He tells, oh mama, it's the chance of, he tells for himself, it's the chance of lifetime. Question may be asked, who said this? Anand. Who it was said to? Said to mother or Smita. And what is the chance of lifetime? What is the chance of that lifetime? That seeing and attending Pandit Ravi Shankar's concert. Then he began to cough and gasp. Then he started cough, kemu. Gasp means deep breath, fast breath we can say. For breathe and had to be given oxygen from the cylinder that stood under the bed. Oxygen cylinder was there. So mama had to give oxygen cylinder. He started shortage of oxygen. He started gasping. But his large eyes were fixed on his sister. He was looking at his sister only. Sister may go or sister may take him. With that desire, he was looking at her. Here down you can see the meanings of the words maestro, a great performer, especially a musician. Sprang means spring sprang, which means quickly she moved. And with a catch in her throat, this is called phrase or clause, which means with a feeling of great sorrow. Means we'll say gantu kattodu, gantu idiyodu. When one feels that sorrow, he can't even express, then we feel that. You might have felt it when you were children. If you got some beatings, you can't even cry, you can't even be quiet. So that situation is called catch in throat. Unbidden means without being asked or invited or expected, without any expectation, it comes itself. The prayer came itself. So next, fifth para. Smita bit her lip in self-reproach. Smita now, without knowing the presence of Anant, she uttered or she read the news louder. After Mama says, then she bit her lip in self-reproach. Oh, I would have not done this with that feeling. She had been so excited at seeing the announcement. Smita, she was so excited. Suddenly she saw this announcement that she had not remembered that her brother was very ill. So she even forgot. Not remembered means forgot. She forgot that brother Anant was ill and she was not supposed to read it louder. She forgot that and she read it louder in excitement. She had seen how the doctors had shaken their heads gravely. Gravely means negatively, we can say, graveyard. So graveyard is stands for negativity. So gravely means negatively we can consider. She means Smita, she knew how the doctors in the hospital they responded or they shaken their heads. That way. It's not possible. There is no chance that way. They shaken their heads and spoken words that neither she nor her parents could understand. They spoke in such a way that neither Smita nor her parents could understand the meanings of doctors. So all this she remembered, which means Anant, there is less chance of getting cured, Anant. But somewhere deep inside, Smita had known the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. Smita somewhere, because she was not so child, she was 16 years old, means almost first PUC. Somewhere deep in her heart, in her mind, she knew that Anand was going to die, is not going to live for long. The word cancer had hung in the hair. Her brother was dying of cancer, even though she pretended that all would be well and they would return together. The word cancer, this is there no deadly disease, which is known almost. It had hung in hair, hung. This is V3 Feb. V3 past perfect. Hung in air, that it was surrounded in their house, the word cancer, it was surrounded in their house, the air, that her brother was going to die of cancer. Even though, but still, though they know the truth, she, Smita, pretended, she was acting that all would be well, everything is going to be all right, and they all together they would return back to their native. A small family of four to their home in Gangapur. They are from originally Gangapur. Now, for the sake of treatment, they have come to Bombay. And he was only 15. Anand was how many years old? He was 15 years old. He was only 15 and the best table tennis player. This you please underline because most of the time, many times it has been repeated. The question, 2 marks question has been repeated based on this. Question will be like Anant was a talented boy. Here you can write the word talented. Anant was a talented boy. How do you say that way? We can say that he was the best table tennis player in the school and the fastest runner. He was a good runner too. He was learning to play the sitar. They were both, not only Anant but also Smita. Both were learning playing sitar. They were both taking sitar lessons, but Anand was better than her. He was performing, he was learning faster than her, as in many other things. Not only in learning sitar, many things he was faster than Smita. He was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of their guru. Anant was able to compose his own tunes for any script. Guru himself was astonished. Astonished means wondered. ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯಪಟ್ರು. ಗುರುವಿನಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. That way he was far better than Smita. Then cancer had struck. So such a talented boy he was. Later on he was struck with cancer, and they had come to Bombay so that he could be treated at the cancer hospital in the city. In order to get treatment for the cancer, they came to Bombay. Whenever they came to Bombay, the family stayed with Aunt Sushila. They used to come now and then. They used to stay with Aunt Sushila. She is the younger sister of mother. She stayed in Bombay in a small apartment. So if they come to Bombay, they would stay with Aunt Sushila. Her apartment was not big, but there was always room for them. Though her apartment was small, somehow they would make room. Means there was space. They would stay with her. There was space. Somehow they would adjust and stay with Aunt Sushila. They had come with high hopes in the miracles of modern science. They, Anant and his family came to Bombay believing that modern science would do something. Modern science would cure his cancer. They told themselves that Anant would be cured at the hospital and he would again walk and run and even take part in the forthcoming table tennis tournament. So in hospital, they were told that they told themselves they had hope in modern science. They thought that if they go to Bombay and get treatment, he would be cured soon. And in the next tournament, table tennis tournament, he would participate like that. They thought, and he would play the sitar and perhaps would be a great sitarist one day. They also dreamt that one day he would become a great sitarist also. But his condition grew worse with each passing day. As day passed by, his condition was getting worse. And the doctors at the cancer hospital said, the doctors who were treating him, they said that take him home, underline this extract. Give him the things he likes. Indulge him. This is what they say. You please, usually such kind of words will be told at the end when the doctors can't do anything, nothing is there in their hand. When they feel, they tell these words. They said, take him home. Him refers to Anand. And whatever he likes, you give him and indulge him. Make him to indulge in some activities so that he will be happy. Whatever makes him happy, you do that, indulge him. That way they told. And they knew then that the boy had not many days to live. Even doctors knew that the boy, Anant, had not many days to live. He was going to die. But they did not voice their fears. Though they knew the truth, they did not tell openly. They say, you take him, whatever. They will say no. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಇಷ್ಟನೋ ಅದು ಕೊಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅವ್ರು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ. That way, doctors told her. They laughed. Means family members laughed and smiled and talked and surrounded Anand with whatever made him happy. So their family members, they used to laugh with him whenever talking and smiled. They were smiling and talking, surrounded Anand. They would stand around him and they would talk, smile, laugh, making jokes. That way, they kept Anand happy. They fulfilled his every need and gave whatever he asked for. The family members fulfilled every need. Means whatever he wanted, they fulfilled, they gave, they purchased, they brought for him. Whatever he asked, they were providing. And now he was asking to go to the concert. Concert means where musicians perform. Sangeeta Kacheri, you will see. The chance of lifetime, he was saying. So what he was saying? The chance of lifetime. Who said this? Anand. Anand. Okay. What is the chance of lifetime? So attending Pandit Ravi Shankar's concert was the chance of lifetime. When you are better, his mother said. When he said chance of lifetime, mother would say, when you become better, when you are better. You refers to Anand. Who said this? Mother. This is not the last time they are going to play. Underline this for extract. This is not the last time. They are going to come and perform again. You please. When you are better, who said this? Mother. You refers to Anand. Anand. Mother said. Who said this? Mother. This is not the last time they are going to play. This also you underline for extract we can expect. Who said this? Mother. Okay. Remaining we'll see in the next class. Thank you for watching so far. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Thank you.